Is it a sense of relief finally? Like, what's been your process the whole week, not knowing who you'll play, and finally find out?
Control what we can control, and that's our um, preparation mentally and physically for just another series, regardless of who we play. And then we obviously watched the last, 3 games of the Clippers Jazz series, so you pick up certain tendencies of either team while you're watching, and then as Game 7 unfolds, you got to get a sense of who you're going to play and get your mind wrapped around the challenges that they present and be ready to go tomorrow.
Any concerns about the long layoff and getting back in the groove?
No, we've had it before. I think 2 years ago against New Orleans, or after the New Orleans series, we had a 7-day break and came out and won Game 1. So we've done a good job of pacing ourselves with practice and stuff this week so we can get rest, get healthy, but stay sharp at the same time. And the adrenaline rush, getting back out on the floor, will kick in right away. So it'll be a lot of fun.
So this is kind of a clash of styles. I mean, you guys are going to be as fast-paced as you can at all times, and they may try to take you out of that and slow things down and run their methodical system.
That's our strength, and we understand that. And if we allow the game to get away from us from a pace standpoint, but also a possession standpoint, where you're turning the ball over, you're giving them offensive rebounds, you're going to be in a tough spot. So the things that we need to control, our defensive effort, obviously getting stops, but cleaning up the glass, and whoever gets it, push it, in transition. Try to be playmakers and play fast but smart at the same time. But understand at the same time, there might be waves in the game where it slows down, but we have to still execute. And if our defense shows up, which I know it will, it'll put us in a great position to allow the talent on the other end to take over.
Steph, in your mind, who's the most dangerous guy on this Jazz team, or do they have a guy? Does that fluctuate game to game?
They do it by committee. I mean, obviously Gordon is the most consistent threat to have a big game, but the way that they play, it's not as fast as we do, but it's very similar with just moving the ball and everybody touches it and everybody's a threat. So, they rely on that third and fourth score to whoever it is, whether it's Rodney Hood, whether it's Diao or Joe off the bench. They have a lot of guys that can score that you got to be ready for. Even George Hill had a great three-point shooting game the last game they played here, so can't sleep on anybody. And everybody individually, defensively, has to be locked in and focused, and not to give up easy layups, backdoor stuff that they run. Open swing threes that they rely on. So everybody's got to be locked in.
For Draymond to have 17 blocks that first round, I mean, has he just taken that defensive level to up a notch even in the playoffs so far?
For sure, yes. And I wouldn't say it's expected. It's hard to do, obviously. But the urgency of the moment and understanding how big possessions are in playoff games and how much of an impact he can have on that end of the floor. He relishes those opportunities, so it's going to be another opportunity for him this series to do it, and it may be in a different way with his versatility, being able to guard a bunch of different positions. We'll see how it unfolds, but I'm sure he'll have a huge impact.
How does the size of this team across multiple positions and obviously inside even affect you? Or the team?
Really, just on the glass and making sure we have position to rebound. Because obviously Rudy's a problem down low. He gets a lot of tap outs and a lot of offensive rebounds that turn into easy points for him. But it's not just on Zaza or D West or Draymond or JaVale to box him out. You got to do it by committee. But we have to be active to negate, the size differential or size disparity that they may have, and just got to be physical, really. That's what playoff basketball is all about, and it's even more of a importance this series.
What has happened?
When the shot goes up, just get to the spots that a rebound is likely to go to. So you can't hang out on the three-point line. You can't watch. Your feet always have to be moving. Just trying to anticipate where the rebound might go, or where one of those guys might be going body-wise, and just try to knock them off the line and let somebody else get the rebound too. So if we're standing and watching, we're going to be in trouble.
Draymond said that the team's mentality is that Steve's not coming back, that you just kind of are going forward and expecting Mike to coach the rest of the way, and if he comes back, then it's a nice surprise, but you're kind of just not expecting it. Is that kind of the way you're focused on it too?
I mean, we're getting updates as to how he's feeling and what he's going through with his treatments and everything. But the expectation is that until we hear otherwise, Coach Brown will continue to run the show with obviously Coach Kerr being on speed dial every single minute he can to give his input. And I know for Coach, it's important for him obviously to get 100% healthy before he comes back, so he's not doing that. I'm here for a day or two, then away for a day or two kind of situation. He wants to come all the way back and be ready to go.
Mike, he kind of was the one who proposed keeping two starters on the floor all game long, if at all possible. I mean, way back in October. How great was that to be able to do that, and you guys keep a flow with all those rotations?
And it's obviously a smart move. You have the opportunity and ability to do that, to have a rotation that is a little different than we're used to. It's not like the hockey sub situation where you have 5 bench guys in at one time. But the flow and the piecing the 5-man lineup together with mainly 2 starters in at all times is big for just consistency and just the rhythm and allowing the talent that we have to always be present on the floor. And just our bench is composed a different way this year, and it's been great.
What's the biggest difference?
Salt Lake. How we spend your downtime in Salt Lake? A lot of FaceTime with Aisha?
I'm gonna go. I heard it snowed last week, so I might try to go to the slopes. Do a little snowboarding, snowmobiling. Hang out in the altitude. I won't be riding a dirt bike. Shout out to Mad Bum. It's a quick. Thankfully, every game is every other day, so it's kind of a quick trip. Hopefully, we'll use it wisely.
Is that really that big of a deal? Some of the guys talking about we'd rather was in LA because there's a nightlife. Does it matter in the playoffs?
Guys are disciplined. They know how to handle themselves, whatever city. Obviously, most of the guys here are more familiar with LA than Salt Lake City. But at the end of the day, if you're worried about extracurriculars during the playoffs and that's your priority, then you got it twisted already. So it's a business trip wherever we end up going. So we'll be ready.
Off the court, a young man passed away over the weekend. You spent some time with Brody. It's apparent it's your worst nightmare. Any thoughts on Brody?
It's definitely obviously a sad development with him passing and the impact that he had on myself, Coach Kerr, his family, even the team when he was able to come. It was unbelievable, and just understanding how inspirational Brody was with his fight. He never lost his spirit through the whole process. Even he's in the hospital for almost 2 straight years. He loved basketball. He loved watching us play. He loved watching me play. So I'm glad I got to meet him, got to spend some time with him, and hopefully bring a little bit of joy, for him and his family this past few months. And we're going to try to find a way to hopefully dedicate a lot of great things happening in this playoffs to Brody and his family, for how much the Warriors meant to them. And so obviously got my Brody Strong bracelet on, and I'll keep wearing it and It's just an amazing kid that dealt with a lot, but did it with such grace and strength, and we can all learn from that.
Steph, after the game 4, you said you haven't felt that great shooting feeling for a while. Do you feel like a little bit stink? Because after that, you guys have to pause for 7 days.
No, you can hold on to that because of how we practice. So I'm not really worried about the break, no rust or anything like that tomorrow. We'll be fine. And, like I said, that adrenaline rush tomorrow will be great. So we'll be looking forward to it.
We believe, guys, a lot of them will be there tomorrow. Is that a nice way to get this series started, honoring that group that did something pretty special for this franchise?
For sure, obviously, it's the 10-year anniversary of that. And, for me, I won't speak for the rest of the team. It kind of means a little bit more to me because I was the only one to wear that same uniform, the old school colors and the old school logos and all that stuff. And when I first got here, that's what everybody talked about was, can y'all do what the We Believe team did and whatnot. So it'll be special. Obviously, having Matt back on the squad is kind of crazy. But what, Stack Jack, BD, Monte, Petrus, Jason Richardson, the whole crew. I don't know. The cool thing would be if Andres Biedrins could get back. That's my boy.
I don't think
he's gonna make it back from Latvia, but that would be special. But shout out to him because he had a huge impact on that team too. So it meant a lot for the Bay Area, obviously, and to honor them during the another playoff run, coincidentally against the Jazz, we'll hopefully give them some. We'll rectify that situation that they went through, at the end of the We Believe run. So it'll be good.
Kevin said the other day how much he loves Draymond's trash talking. He grew up with so much of that he loves it. He appreciates it, and it fuels all of you. I mean, does Draymond take it just to the right level?
Yeah, it's all on the court, and no matter when it doesn't get personal, talking about other people's families and all that nonsense, but it's just man to man on the court, whatever material you got, it's fair game. I'm not a huge trash talker, obviously, but I love that kind of chatter and getting in that vibe. And somebody starts talking to me, it gets me going. And so, all of us come from different basketball backgrounds, but trash talking is a part of it in some way, shape, or form. And like I said, as long as it stays on the court and everybody understands where it's coming from and it's in the spirit of competition and gamesmanship, that's a beautiful thing.
The best thing he said.
Do I know him?